Now, our next guest was born Christopher Roman, but knew from a very early age that she was a woman born in a man's body. After a successful stint as a drag artist, she began her transition and went on to carve out a career in TV and modelling.
She has since been signed to prestigious agency Elite and has become a muse for renowned photographer Stephen Meisel. She is also hoping to become the first transgender model for Victoria's Secret. Before we hear more about Carmen Carrera, let's first take a look at her in action. There we go. Look at you looking all fabulous.
Hi, likewise.
Carmen, you're very welcome to IrelandAM this morning.
Thank you.
We're here to talk about, I guess, your journey to where you are now. So that means we start at the beginning, which is when you were born a man and decided you didn't want to stay one.
Well, I was born a male.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I really, honestly, I've learned so much in my transition and meeting people that our human body is just human, you know, and I think that our genitalia and male, female, it really doesn't matter. It's all about your spirit, you know what I mean? And my spirit is here on this planet and this is my apartment, you know, and it just so happened that I might be a little different, but it doesn't change the fact that I am a female spirit and, you know, my mind is that of a woman, and people need to understand that and learn that and not, you know, be so, I guess, gender conforming, I guess, like, oh my God, like, you know, I was born male, so this is what I have to do, and I was born female, this is what I have to do. I think it's all about the mind.
But if your spirit was in a cage for a long time, that's got to have been very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
for you,
it was
very
hard
difficult.
because I tried, you know, I guess when I was young, I was just very conscious of things. You know, I knew from a young age, okay, I'm gonna try to conform. This is what I see how other boys live, so I have to learn from them and be like them, even though I knew inside, you know, I wasn't. And
so you were faking it?
Yeah, I was faking it for like my whole, even through high school. I was just like, I just have to put up with this for a couple more years. You know, no one's gonna get it. I would turn on the TV and people would be yelling at trans people and calling them a man and all these things. And I'm like, well, I know I'm not a man. You know, I know who I am. But now it's like, I'm afraid to show it to the world because I don't wanna be picked on. I don't want to, you know, have to walk down the street and people treat me unfairly, or, you know, I don't, you know, back then I was just going through all of that. And then I had to grow out of that, see myself on TV doing drag, and I thought, that's not even me. You know, it's not my personality. I don't know who, you know, it was a lot of soul searching. And then I finally worked up the bravery, I guess, to just put it on my social media and say, this is my life. If you guys love me the way you say you do, this is who I am. And you can follow me on my transition. You know, when you follow me on social media, you're actually following me, my journey, my life, my career, this new chapter in my life where I'm honest.
But when you began your transition, correct me if I'm wrong, you didn't even tell your husband at the time.
No, I just kind of just started. It was just like, well, let's just see where it goes. You know, I didn't know. I was, you know what it is? I was so
That's a big
afraid.
secret to keep.
I know, and he's, you know, he's not dumb. You know, we were together, you know, and he would feel the lumps, you know, my breast started to grow, you know, through hormones and stuff, and he'd ask me like, what is that? And I'm like, I don't know, you know, I was, you know, I didn't know, I was so young, like my mentality, I was so like afraid, so guarded, you know, but he was, I guess, one of the first people that I told, even before my family.
Carmen, can I actually ask you, how that relationship, that marriage, was that a gay marriage? Was it a same-sex marriage? Was what?
It was just
I don't want to put you.
marriage.
Yeah, I know, I understand, and I don't want to put you in a pigeonhole.
In the beginning, you know what it was? Listen, my husband was with his high school sweetheart for 10 years. They had a child. You know, when he met me, it was his first everything. First boyfriend, first, you know, gay experience, first time at a gay club, first drag show, first everything, you know.
So he considered you his boyfriend?
At the time, no, not even. He didn't even consider himself gay. You know, I don't know how we met, how we just attracted ourselves to, we just found each other, and our love is deeper than gay or straight or whatever it is, you know, but he understands me as a person, and it's kind of like that. I don't know how to really explain it.
How did he respond when you eventually said, you know, I am trying to make the transition to become a woman?
He was just like, okay, that's cool.
And that was a big deal for you, though. He was the first person you told.
And that's what I think, maybe because he made it so easy, and we had this understanding that, you know, we'd be open and honest from then on. You know, nothing. You know, he was kind of like weirded out, like, why'd you keep this from me? But it kind of helped build my bravery. You know, like, I need to be courageous. I need to be brave, and I need to stand up and say, this is who I am, and I'm going to stop pretending. I'm going to stop trying to conform to everyone else's idea of what a male should, how they should live, how they should be, you know. And it's like, I was so unhappy, you know, and he was the only person in my life that really made me feel happy, and I felt at home, I felt secure, you know.
Yeah,
so,
you talked about bravery, and America's greatest country on the planet and the worst country on the planet, and a very dangerous place, and a place with very extreme views, and in the wrong part of America you could get shot.
Yeah,
you could
I mean,
get attacked, you could get seriously hurt. Have you encountered much hostility?
Well, I think that right now I've traveled the country, and I'm starting to travel the world, and I'm learning that society is not as bad as you know, people may make it to be. You know, it's just that a lot of people are uneducated, and a lot of people feel that, you know, when they see someone like me, I think subconsciously they might be like, well, a little jealous, you know, like, this person is happy, this person is honest, this person is living their life the way that they want to, and I'm not hurting anyone, I'm not, you know. So I guess that sometimes they feel a little intimidated by that, but I think that people are open to learn.
You're not going to be doing any gigs for the Tea Party anytime soon.
What do you mean? What's the Tea Party? I'm so lost.
All right, okay, sorry.
It's
a very right-wing conservative.
Oh, see, I don't do politics, I do beauty.
I like that. I don't do politics, I do beauty. How did your family react? I mean, what kind of family background do you come from? Are you from a...
Well, my family is South American.
Sure.
They're very conservative people. They believe, they have very strong beliefs.
Strong religious beliefs?
Religious beliefs, but more so, you know, like, we are one family. You know, and so when you go out in the world, you have to have a proper representation of who we are as a family. So as long as I carry myself with respect, as long as I love myself and love others, my family really doesn't care so much to judge my transition or judge, you know, the kind of person I am.
And when you first told them, did they go, hey, that's
I never told them.
You never told them?
I had, you know, everyone was following me on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and stuff, and then they found out because I was open about it. So then, you know, I left my house as a boy. You know, I got married. So did your mom ring you
and go, what the?
Well, yeah, she tried to, and, you know, and then I had to come back home, and I had to, you know, have this talk with my mom. But, you know, I walked back in to my house as a girl, and, you know, my mom was happy.
She must have known, Carmen.
She knew since I was a baby. Come on, I was playing with her makeup. You know, growing up, now that I think back, like, she knew. I mean, I was in kindergarten, I was in Catholic school, and I would go up to this boy that I had a crush on, and I would kiss him on the cheek and run away, you know, and, like, there's little things like that. You know, my mom is very conscious.
But still,
children.
You know, when your son leaves the house and the next time you see him, she's your daughter.
But I was doing drag for a while.
Okay.
You know, and even on my birthday, I had a drag show, and I came home 4 a.m. My mom had, like, a birthday cake. I'm in full drag queen, you know, makeup and everything. And my mom had my mom's so supportive. As long as, you know, I'm a good person, that's all she cares about.
That's great.
Yeah. And that's the way it should be. You know what I mean? It's like, even when I have kids, like, I want to learn my life lessons, and I want to be able to teach them to my kids, and, you know, put them out in the world as good people and smart and caring. You know, that's really what should matter.
That is part of the plan. Ultimately, you want to end up with a family and being a mom.
Of course. And I have practice now with I have practice with my husband's daughter. She has a little sister, 5-year-old sister, and now she's 10. So now she's going through like, she has little breast buds, and she's going through the changes and stuff, and she sees me as, like, this feminine role model. You know, she comes into my dressing room at home, and she puts on her makeup. She goes, you know, to school and puts all the kids in, like, blue eyeshadow, you know, and she's so expressive, and she's such a happy little girl. And that's what I want in my kids. I want them to be happy people, and I want them to be themselves and be genuine, you know.
Now let's talk about Victoria's Secrets, because one of your aims in life is to be a Victoria's Secrets model.
Yeah.
Why is that so important to you?
You know what? It's important for me now because my fans had made this petition, and they brought it to that level. Before, I was a little bit like, well, let me just wait, because I just started. I mean, I've only had 1 major spread. Now this is 2 with Glamour. It hasn't even been a year yet since I've been signed with Elite, so I, you know, wanted to wait a little bit. But now it's just like, I thought about it, and I have so much support, and I'm thinking, you know what, why not? You know, trans women do represent a large percentage of the female population on this planet, and we do shop for bras, and I love the panty sale at Victoria's Secret. You know what I mean?
Who doesn't?
I love the 5 for 25 sale. So you know, why not have a positive representation? You know, someone that has support and someone that really wants to do it. You know, why not?
So you have to try out for them. You have to audition.
Yeah, I'm an audition. I'm training. I'm you know, working out a lot. I'm eating right. Taking care of my skin. You know, I'm not like a spring chicken, as they say. I'm not, you know, a baby.
Oh, you're what?
What are you?
25,
I'm
26?
28.
You're 28.
Yeah, but
I think you got a few good years left in you.
J-Lo's like 40 something, and she's so fabulous. You know, it's come on, it's ageism.
Carmen, can I ask you? You're on your journey, and obviously you're an inspiration to a lot of people. But on that journey, you've got to interface with officialdom. So, in terms of your gender, what does your passport say? Can I ask you?
My passport says female.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay. And was it any problem to have that changed?
No, because you know what it is? It's that if I present myself, if I look like this and I go, you know, out of the country or something, and my ID says male or something, it's kind of like fraudulent a little bit. You know, people need to know what's...
Well, we had a very well-known lady here, very well-known campaigner called Dr. Lydia Foy, who went through hell and high water
to get it changed.
Was that in this country?
It was in this country. It was a very difficult journey. Won in the end, but took years and years and years. So I'm delighted to see that you didn't encounter the same problem.
Yeah, I just think it's not a big deal. We're just one human race.
But you're right, though. We are getting better at being accepting of how people are.
We have to learn. This is the thing.
And we are learning.
Yeah, and I don't mind being open and educating people on who I am, because I'm an honest and genuine person. So...
It's been lovely to meet you, Carmen.
Thank you. Likewise.
You're so glamorous. Perfect for our Oscar show.
Thanks. Oh my God. I wish I was out there, but I'm here enjoying the beautiful weather.
Actually, it's like that in LA
the past
too.
couple days.
Yeah.
It's been better than it has been at the Oscars, actually.
Yeah, well.
They've had awful rain. Now, after the break, Edward Hayden will be joining us with some Oscar-inspired tasty treats. See you in a few.
Cakes with it.